Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 8th of May for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the standout details to look out for that we can all collectively relate to, but please stay with me. I will then explore each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces in much greater detail. Now this week sees Jupiter and Pluto continue their right angle. Pluto's about power and of course is now in retrograde. Jupiter is about expansion. So when we get them at right angles, there can be a tendency to try a little bit too hard, or we may encounter somebody who's trying to enforce their will on us. And at the heart of this week's events, of course, is the energy compacted into the sign of Taurus. This is where the Sun is, which is critical, the retreating, retrograding Mercury, but also the North Node. So our values, our everyday money, our self-worth, still very much in focus. But we now have Venus in the sign of Cancer along with Mars, and that's a water sign, and they're both interacting really positively with two influences in another water sign of Pisces, and that's in the guise of Saturn and Neptune. So what can we take from this? Well, I feel that this is a week where we need to be very tuned in to how things feel. So even if we're dealing with some practicalities, very Taurus-like energy, or money, or we're grappling with something that may not necessarily be that easy due to the Mercury retrograde, there could be some snags or snares or some rethinking going on. The best way to navigate all of this is to listen to our inner guide, so our sixth sense, because when we go against that, that's when things can get a little tricky. But we also have a quarter moon in the sign of Aquarius on Thursday, where Pluto is, and that is in a square with the Sun in Taurus. So I feel one of the things that can come into this week could be some challenges around our future planning or our connections to others, where our values or the financial elements of a situation don't quite stack up in the way that we hope, which is the 11th house energy of higher expectations. So we need to keep our feet very much on the ground with this earthy energy, but tune into how things feel. Now, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining us. This is very much a community. I'd be honoured if you'd subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. And do share any thoughts you have. I try to interact with each one. If you're a returning visitor, thank you so much for joining me once more. And if you would like your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, then please see the link below where you can subscribe. I've been writing these for about 28 years, and I think that's unusual amongst the YouTube astrologers. So Leo, your 8th of May forecast begins with Venus gently nudging its way into your 12th solar house, joining up with Mars. This is a very evocative combination, particularly if you're in a relationship situation which you're not really sure about. This can stir up a lot of concern, soul searching. It may even see you reminiscing about someone from your past who's no longer in your situation. But there are some strengths, because there are two influences in the sign of Pisces that are applying to both Venus and Mars. And they're really saying that if you can take the time to go through that reflection in a meaningful step-by-step way, you give yourself permission to just mull over how you're really feeling. I feel that actually can be very valuable and will help you to make some key decisions. Also, of course, we do have that cluster of energy still in the sign of Taurus, which is very dynamic as far as your worldly interactions are concerned. But there is that quarter moon which does occur on Thursday in your opposite sign. So it's your relationships of a professional variety that could come sharply into focus as this week draws to a close. Both the signs of Taurus and Aquarius are fixed, like your sign. So important when there's fixed energy around, not to take an entrenched position. Try to flex a little bit, because if we can bend, we can reduce resistance. So there may be a discussion that you need to have, and it may feel that there's been some discussions going on that you've not been party to initially, but actually just try to stay with it and see where this is heading, because once Mars moves into your sign on the 20th, you're really going to start punching forwards in a fantastically dynamic way, particularly with the Sun's transition into the sign of Gemini. And the last 10 days of this month could see you switching from this more introspective mini phase to one where you're really on the front foot once more. If you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast, if you give me 3 pieces of personal birth data of time, date and place of birth, I can produce for you your life roadmap report. This can help you to get a much more intimate understanding of the patterns that have played out in your life so far, but also seize the opportunities much more firmly. Also, my special package of 30% off, you will get your 12-month personal forecast, totally unique to you, which can give you searing insights for the time and months to come. If you don't know your time of birth, I've a new product I've developed based very much on the sun. So if you enjoy watching your sun sign videos on YouTube, these will make a lot of sense. The same package, 30% off. Please see the link below. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Please do like, comment or subscribe.